different things. And the next question actually goes back to that, kind of like it really hits the growth mindset mentality. Because one of the sentences you wrote in your book, and I quoted it literally, you said, tomorrow will do, however, deep down, you and I know tomorrow will not do. And that sentence really, really, I don't know, it really resonated with me. And the question I want to ask you is that, how has that mindset manifested itself in your life? It's not easy that everyone wakes up every morning and says, you know what, I'm not going to do things tomorrow. I'm actually going to do today. I'm going to write a book today. I'm going to record things on LinkedIn. And you're so committed with it today. And I'm going to post it. I'm going to coach. How has it happened?
Yeah, it's an overtime thing. I mean, initially, once you may get started and you say you make a commitment to yourself, sometimes you fail, right? Sometimes you don't show up to do that workout, or you don't make that video because you don't feel like it.
Yes.
I think this is the main problem. People get caught up in how they feel in the moment.
Yep.
And look, feelings are important. It's important to express yourself, but your feelings can hold you back.
Definitely.
And you've got to find a way to get past that and hone more in on your drive, right? On your desire and your internal thing, which you won't always feel in the moment, but has to be there. That has to be your bedrock. So it's about making a commitment which you can stick to the best of your ability. And like I said before, it's starting off with the small things, okay? So when you're waking up, how much you're exercising, eating well. These things, they set a good foundation. And then you can do some other more scary things. Maybe speaking in public once a week, putting out one video once a week. I would start off with a small commitment, about a commitment you write into your diary, right? Because it's all fine and dandy saying, I'm going to put a video out once a week. But when are you going to do that?
Exactly.
Are you going to do that when you're tired on a Sunday morning? Are you going to do that after work? Like, when's going to be the time? You have to put it in concrete, in stone, when it's going to be. And then try to stay committed to that. So to answer your question, it's about the small steps, first of all, and really, really making a commitment, like live or die by this commitment. That's how I look at it. And at the end of the day, this is very finite, right? Anything could happen tomorrow. You could get hit by a bus. Perhaps you wake up and then you've got a life-threatening disease. Maybe you catch COVID and you're in a hospital bed. Is it really worthwhile waiting till tomorrow? And that's something I keep in the back of my mind as well, because I know there is only a certain amount of time I have here on this earth. You don't want to look back and think, oh, I could have done all of that if I just done it, right? We don't want to have regrets like that. So that's another thing which I also look to.
Oh my God, because the other day I was listening to a podcast, and I think Tom Badu, and he said something around the lines that the difference between a professional and an amateur is that a professional works per schedule, and the amateur works when he's motivated. And I think if, this is something I fall into, where I thought that I only need to work and record and do things when I feel motivated, until I realized that motivation equals emotions. And so often we don't feel great. So often we really don't. So I don't, sometimes I wake up every morning and I'm like, you know what, I'll just record it next week. I'll just do it next month. And I took that decision once, and this podcast stopped for 2-3 months. And 3 months later, I looked at my life, I was like, I told myself I'm going to record it next week. Now it's 3 months later. And that's why kind of like I literally, to motivate myself, I write Post-it notes. And in front of me, I wrote something around the lines that do it when you least feel like it. Because if I was to do it when I least feel like it, at least I'll just fight because it's at the end of the day, it's really a mindset. It's like when you go into a cold room and you convince yourself that it's warm and you just feel warm suddenly. So it's really kind of like a mindset that you convince with. And when you take that lifestyle, it's like a muscle, that you're training.
And the interesting thing is it will influence you either direction you go. So you mentioned there, you said like one day I won't record because I don't feel like it. And that ended up being 3 months.
Yes.
So that act of not doing it became a habit. Absolutely. Likewise, the act of doing it when you don't feel like it becomes a habit too. It becomes like breathing. You don't even think about it. You just do it.
Exactly. Inspirational. Honestly, so well said, man. Honestly, so well said. I love that.